The saga of Christian persecution in Pakistan goes unchecked. Once again, we hear about the brutal and heartless killing of a pastor in Pakistan. We at Injili Media have been raising our voice for the persecuted church around the world, not only in Pakistan but Nigeria and anywhere else in the world. However, Pakistan has become a hub for Christian persecution, and unfortunately, the world media, the international media, has no concern about the plight of the Christians in Pakistan. To them, what matters is Gaza, Palestine, and Islamophobia. But when it comes to Pakistan or the Christian persecution around the world, they are silent. CNN, BBC, Sky News, Reuters, or any top world news agencies have no concern whatsoever about the plight of the Christians, especially in Pakistan. To them, what matters is Islamophobia, the rights of the Muslim, the rights of the Gazan. But no one ever speaks up for the persecuted Christian minorities around the world, and especially in countries like Nigeria, Sudan, Somalia, and Pakistan. Somalia has 99.9 Muslims and almost none Christians. Every church there has been razed to the ground. In Nigeria, Boko Haram keeps killing Christians indiscriminately, and the UNO has no concern about it. The only concern the UNO has is Islamophobia, the rights of the Muslims, the rights of these and rights of those, but nothing to do with the Christians. The Christians of Pakistan have no voice, and nobody cares, and nobody listens about their plight because there is no one to raise voice for them. Even the clergy, whether they be of Catholic or Protestant denomination, when the Christian clergy, pastors, especially those who have great following, come out of Pakistan to the Western countries, they act as touts of Pakistan government, puppets of Pakistan government, and they only paint a picture which is honky-dory. Everything is good. We live in peace and harmony with the Muslims, they claim. Christians have no problem living with the Muslims in Pakistan. They lie, and in doing so, they earn the goodwill of Pakistan government, and at the same time, they go around the world enjoying the luxury of five-star hotels and first-class air ticket. But no one speaks up for the Christians. These hypocrite pastors and so-called servants of the Lord cheat their own congregations because when they go abroad, they lie about the persecution of Christians in Pakistan. Our politicians have no guts, no spine to speak up in the assembly because they are selected, not elected. They are there only as votes for the parties that they represent. So who is going to speak up for the Christians? Seems no one. But here at Injili Media, whatever it may cost, we will speak up. This is the recent incident involving a pastor in Pakistan who was shot at right in the daylight when he was going out to drop his daughter at college. How did this all unfold? Let's review it. This is how the incident has been reported. Pastor Kamran Salamat was shot and killed in a targeted attack in Gujranwala, Pakistan on December 5, 2025. He was a well-known gospel preacher who had previously survived an assassination attempt just months earlier. What are the details of the incident? The attack occurred on the morning of Friday, December 5, 2025, outside pastor's home in Kokerki area of Gujranwala in Pakistan's Punjab province. An unknown gunman approached the pastor as he was leaving his house in a car along with his daughter to drop her off at college. He was shot multiple times in daylight as his daughter witnessed the gruesome tragedy. The daughter tried to shield her father from the bullets, but to no avail. Pastor was taken to the hospital, but he succumbed to the injuries and passed away. What could possibly be the motive behind such a killing? Pakistan is an extremist Islamic country in which the Muslim clerics, extremists, religious terrorists are scot-free to go on a killing spree of the infidels, that is the non-believers, the non-Muslims, with the pretext of killing the infidels who may be targeted for alleged blasphemy. Anything that one disagrees with Islamic teachings or Islamic doctrines could be deemed as blasphemy, and the blasphemer must be put to death. That's a common slogan in Pakistan. So, what could be the motive for killing the pastor? Because he is an infidel, and an infidel has no right to live. The pastor was accused of preaching Christianity in an Islamic country, and he was warned to stop preaching and teaching about Christianity. No pastor in Pakistan would go on preaching in an Islamic area. Christian pastors in Pakistan only preach in the Christian communities. However, these communities are surrounded by Muslims and they have hard time accepting the existence of a Christian community or a church around in their neighborhood. This produces an urge in them to attack the Christian communities and also the pastors leading out the church services. The police claim that they have launched a manhunt to find the culprit and bring him to justice. But will that happen? No. And even if that happens, the man will be held and then in few days he will be out in the streets, welcomed by the mob with garlands round his neck for killing an infidel. The West has a passion for taking from all over the world into their countries, the whole of the Western world. But they cannot take the persecuted Christian minorities into their country. When Asia Bibi was acquitted finally over the blasphemy case that she faced for years and was in death cell for over 5 years, no Western country was willing to take her. The Western countries who champion human rights, but all their human rights are only focused on one nation, one religious group, Muslim. The whole Western world couldn't take Asia Bibi after her acquittal. Why? Because they were afraid that taking her would annoy and anger the Muslims living in those countries. How hypocritical of these Western countries. They couldn't take one single Christian woman just because they did not want to hurt the feelings of the Muslims living among them. Finally, Asia Bibi was able to move to Canada. This is the hypocrisy of the Western world and their hatred for Christianity and Christians. They have compassion, they have pity for every other nation on the planet, but not Christian. They who champion human rights, they who shed tears for what's going on in Gaza, in Palestine, but they have no pity, no sympathy, no empathy, no concern for the Christians in Pakistan or the Christians in Sudan or the Christians in Nigeria. It is the UNO, which is a puppet in the hands of the liberals, the lefties, and the Muslims, has nothing to do with the persecuted Christians. There is so much more that I can say on this, but I know this will all fall on deaf ears because no one cares for the persecuted church, for the persecuted Christians around the world. And one more thing, the statistics published by the Western world themselves show that the most persecuted religious community in the world are the Christians. The Christians in Asia, in Africa, in Middle East, in Pakistan. So finally, shame on you, all those who claim to be the champions of human rights.
Thanks for watching.